Hey guys, welcome back to the Chelsweets kitchen. Today we're kicking off our animal cake series with a lion cake. So we're going to be using my favorite vanilla cake base, and I've made 4 layers out of it that I've colored yellow with just a bit of gel food coloring, and we're going to be filling it with an edible cookie dough so that when we cut into the cake it'll have a nice fun surprise. We're going to be frosting it with a peanut butter and a chocolate buttercream, and I've colored the peanut butter buttercream yellow so it can be the lion's fur, and then we're going to be making the lion's mane out of the chocolate buttercream. We're also going to be using a little bit of black food coloring to pipe on the lion's face. So let's go ahead and get started with the assembly, and then we'll get going on the decorations. So just like always, we're going to start with a dab of buttercream on our cake base, and that's going to allow our cake layers to be secured to our cardboard cake base. So we're going to take our first cake layer. We're going to nestle it in here, and then we're going to apply a very thin layer of our peanut butter buttercream. So we don't need a lot here because we're going to be putting that disc of edible cookie dough on top of it. So we're just going to gently smooth this out, and then we're going to nestle our layer of edible cookie dough right on top. We're going to push down to really make sure there's not any air between the 2 layers. And then we're going to go right on to stacking our next cake layer. So we're going to repeat this process with our remaining cake layers, and then we'll get going on our crumb coat. Now that we have our second layer of buttercream on our cake, it's time to apply our frosting mane. So we're going to be using some of our chocolate buttercream, and we're using a Wilton 22 tip. So I've outlined the lion's face so I know exactly where to pipe around, and then we'll fill in his facial features in 1 minute. And we're also going to kind of pull out as we do these to make it look like the lion's mane is kind of flowing. Next up, we're going to draw on the lion's facial features. So I'm going to make 2 tiny little eyes with a little bit of black buttercream. And last but not least, we get to make his cute little mouth. And made a cute little tongue just like this. We're going to stick that onto our lion's mouth. I've also taken a little bit of buttercream and I've frozen it, and these are going to be the lion's ears. So we're just going to nestle these in, and we're going to support them with a little bit more buttercream in a minute. So now that we have our lion's ears in, we're going to put a little bit more buttercream around them to make sure that they're really in place. And we're also just going to make our lion's mane a little bit more robust. Now that we have our lion's mane on fully, it's time to do the last step, which is to add on his tail. We're going to start in the back of the cake, and we're just going to wrap around the base. We're not going to go all the way around, we're just going to go up close to the front, some of our remaining buttercream, and just making a really nice big swirl. And just like that, Leo the lion is complete. Thanks so much for joining me today. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to click the like and subscribe button below. To see the recipe for this cake, you can follow the link in the comments below, or you can go to chelsweets.com. You can also see more of my creations on Instagram at Chelsweets. So without further ado, let's cut into this cake.